It's been almost 2 years since I started using the M4 Max MacBook Pro, and honestly, this might be one of the most complete laptops I've ever owned. But it's not perfect. So in this video, I'm going to break down the raw long-term experience, not just benchmarks or first impressions, but what it's actually like to live with this laptop every day. Talk about the good, the bad, and if the $3,500 price tag is still worth it today. Let's quickly go over the configurations I've been using. 36 gigs of unified memory, 1 terabyte of SSD, 14-core CPU, 32-core GPU, 16-core neural engine. This is pretty a high-end setup, and I've put it across multiple workflows, photo editing, 4K video editing, and even trained some AI models. The build quality is solid. While it feels premium in the hand, it actually holds up. I've accidentally dropped mine more than once. Not proud of it, but it survived without any major issues. The aluminum unibody is one of the best in the industry. That said, there is still one downside here. The space gray finish looks amazing when clean, but over time it shows scratches and scuffs very easily, especially around the edges. So yes, it's beautiful but not the most forgiving color when you're a little too rough with your devices. Now in terms of performance, this is where the M4 Max chip really shines. For photo editing, I've been using Adobe Lightroom, and it really does well in handling large raw files, batch edit, and even export. Export times are pretty instant, unless maybe you're expecting over 300 photos that would take about a minute to export everything. It is pretty quick. Now with video editing, same story. I've worked on 4K timelines in Adobe Premiere Pro at full resolution, no proxies, no buffering. That is something even some desktops struggle with. In fact, I edited almost every video on this channel on this machine. But the most interesting test for me was training a Pixel CNN model on fashion datasets using a TensorFlow distribution. That is the only time I heard the fans ramp up noticeably. And that says a lot, because for most creative workflow, this laptop stays quiet, cool, and efficient. Battery life is pretty insane. After almost 2 years of usage, my battery health is still sitting at 98%. That is honestly impressive. And in terms of real-world usage, when it comes to coding and light browsing, it can easily carry me through a full day. When it comes to video editing, yeah, mostly full days, but the only times I see it draining battery faster is when I'm working outdoors and I have my brightness at peak levels. That I would need a charger. Anything else, it's really solid. I don't have to worry about having my charger with me all the time. Battery anxiety is gone, honestly. Thermals are also important. The MacBook Pro cooling system with active fans make a big difference compared to the fanless machines. I've been testing a smaller MacBook Air recently, and while it's great for portability, it gets uncomfortably hot under load. The Pros don't have this issue. The fans kick in when needed to keep performance consistent over long work sessions. So if sustained workloads is important to you, this may matter more than you think. All right, we need to talk about a notch. I know, some people love it, others hate it, but I still feel like it's a missed opportunity. You see, the notch was introduced in 2021, and ever since then, not much has changed. Touch ID is great, I use it all the time, but the notch itself, it just sits there. No Face ID, no extra functionality, no real innovation around it. It's a little bit distracting as well. Apple did this just to reduce the bezels, but other laptops have been able to reduce the bezels without doing all of this. You see, the Dell SPS and the Asus ZenBook, they've managed to make the bezels really thin without a notch. If Apple could change it to something useful like contextual control, music info, or Face ID, that would change the way I feel about it. But right now, it's just there. Now let's talk about the weight. It's not a light laptop. It's not unbearable, but you feel it, especially if you're carrying it around daily. And this is where it gets interesting, because as I said earlier, I'm testing a 13-inch M5 MacBook Air, and it reminds me of how lightweight laptops can be. It changes your behavior. You carry it more often, you use it more casually, and it feels less like a commitment. So here's the trade-off. The 16-inch MacBook gives you bigger screens, better speakers, and slightly better battery life. But it also adds more weight, less portability, In my opinion, the 14-inch MacBook hits the sweet spots. You get great performance, active cooling, manageable size. So if screen real estate is not your top priority, the 14-inch is actually a good everyday carry laptop. And it's also a little affordable as well. So close to 2 years, was it worth it? Honestly, yes. This laptop has been reliable, extremely powerful, consistent over time. It handles everything I throw at it, from creative work to AI workflows, without feeling outdated. But it's not for everybody. If you don't need this level of performance, if you prefer smaller or lighter laptops, and if you are budget conscious, there are other options out there for you. The M series chips have been really powerful. So whether you're going for the M2, M3 MacBook Pros or Air, you will still be fine. Even the MacBook Neos are doing absolutely great. You cannot really go wrong with any of these things. Just know your workflow and choose the one that is right for you. But if you need a machine that can handle anything you throw at it and last for years, then the M4 Max MacBook Pro will be my recommendation. It's really, really good. Let me know in the comment section your experience with the M series MacBook Pro, and if you're deciding between the Air and the Pro, I'll be happy to help you out. Catch you on the next one.